What's going on, everybody? I'm Shane from Heads and Tails. Over on my side here, we got John from Inquiline. We appreciate you guys for coming out. This is a late night episode of the Late Night Snake Bite, so it's a super late night.
I gotta say, I love that name. Late Night Snake Bites, man. That's freaking dope. I love that
yeah,
name.
thanks, dude. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit sluggish on getting everything started. I know. I don't know. I like to chat backstage, guys. I'm sorry. Not about anything in particular, just everything, and I get sidetracked and forget that we're not live. So, hello, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just super stoked about that, the two ideas, and just
For sure.
imagining what reptile shows will be like in, say, 10 years,
Yeah, they'll be different for sure. And they'll be better.
Right? Like, how big of an attraction do you think reptile expos can become? I just wonder if it's a good way to touch on, because, we talk about this often on how many people do we actually think are either going to reptile expos or, like have been to one or are into snakes and reptiles and stuff like that, I would assume it's probably less than 5% of the population of America is into it. What would your number be?
Yeah, into reptiles. Yeah, probably 5% or less. Easy. Like 5 out of 100. That still seems kind of a lot.
Right. Because like it could be like 2% in reality. Because you figure, okay, so if there's 330 million people in United States, we'll just go 300 million for math purposes because, it's like 2% is still 6 million people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going 5%, we're talking 15 million people. Wait, no.
What's up, Kara?
Yeah.
And Ashley, I don't know if Ashley's still here, but good morning.
Oh,
yeah, it's
30 million people. It's 30 million people.
Oh, okay.
Right? 5 times 3 times 2. Yeah.
30. Okay,
not times 2. It's just 5 times 3. It's 15 million. Yeah.
That's still a lot though, but
Still.
Yeah.
What do you guys? All right, Kara Shea, what do you think is the overall population of people that either go or know reptile shows, stuff like that are into reptiles in America? The overall number or percentage of people?
I'm gonna see if there's any Google answer for that.
I'm sorry, Ashley, for making you wait. Big D. Everybody's
Oh, here we go. There's I think I might have found an article that talks about the percentage.
Oh man, I was slacking.
Okay, so this might be an old article, but it says there's an estimated 3% of households that own at least one reptile. So yeah, 3 to 5%, let's say. Yeah, so it's not bad.
Oh, I don't.
And I
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
You're good.
Keep going.
Yeah, so this article, which I bet you is old as hell, says 3%, and I guarantee that grows every year. So we probably, I bet you would be looking at more like 5%. So 3% may not seem like a lot, but assuming in an average of 128.58 million households, according to Statista, you're looking around 3.86 million households with a reptile in America. It's like not bad.
Wait, how many?
Those were 3% would be so of 128.58 million people in the US, I think that's what it's saying. 3% would equal around 3.86 million households with a reptile. So households. Yeah.
Wait.
That's not people. That's
330 million people in America.
Households. So this is 128.58 million households.
Oh, okay.
So that's families, whatever.
Yeah.
And then 3% of every house or home.
Ooh, we got us again.
Is 3.86. What?
What up, Morbid?
Oh my God, Morbid, what is going on?
Gage, what up? You want to get in here? Hold up. I'm going to drop the link in the chat real quick.
Dang,
Yo,
people
chit
are
chat.
really showing up for this. Nice.
Late night. This is more like early morning. You need to get it right.
Oh my God, for real though. I don't know why I'm even doing this, man. I'm like up so late. My back is killing me. I've been on live since like 6 last night. So like doing lives for like 9 hours almost. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's turned to the point to where lives are a lifestyle now. We're just in them.
Lives are my life.
Right.
Late night insomniacs.
Yep.
And I was
Dude, you got
trying to,
snakes on the brain, man. You can't sleep.
I was planning on even waking up early. And now that's not happening because 8 hours would put me almost around 12 in the afternoon. So, no, there's no chance in freaking waking up early today. But I never do. So, whatever.
Just stay the fuck up. That's what I usually do.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, make sure if you guys are watching this either now or throughout the day, make sure you guys check out LMK Reptiles tonight. He's doing his show. Well, he's doing our show, the Behind the Scales. It's on his channel. We got both the balls as our.
Come on, y'all.
Yep.
Oh my God, bro. I'm excited for that. What time is that? You said 8 or?
Yeah, it's 8
What's your
Central
time
Time, 9 Eastern Time.
Okay.
Central
Nice. Oh my God, that's gonna be insane. Because I remember Bosa when he did his very first live. He was with Nicole at Lady Tiss, and bro, like
Absolutely.
that changed everything. Ever since then, he's been going on lives here and there, but he's come out of his comfort zone a lot.
Yeah.
Really proud of that guy.
Anybody want a dog?
Huh?
Kind of. But I can't. Oh my God, I wish.
Me and my little boy drank a lot of iced tea.
Yeah.
In the window here behind my chair, there's a fucking 2-foot wide window seal. So I set the gallon jugs on the window seal in the wintertime to keep them cold.
Yeah.
She got one of them on the floor and chewed the fucking lid off of it and dumped it out all over the fucking floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
A whole fucking gallon of iced tea.
Oh man.
Sounds nice.
Usually she goes to the bedroom with us at nighttime, but she's got puppies, so she stays out here in the living room with the puppies.
Did she drink a lot of the iced tea or just spilled it?
I imagine she drank some of it, but still, it's fucking a gallon of iced tea dumped on the floor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit.
Was she wired afterward?
I'm assuming the puppies drank some of it too, because they're bouncing off the fucking walls.
Yeah. It is cold out there. Look, I'm even wearing a coat.
Oh my God, yeah, it's like 0 degrees here. I checked like an hour or two ago, 0 degrees in Colorado Springs. So stupid. I hate the winter.
You know what? I'm gonna plug in my headphones so I can talk again.
Yeah.
Dude, the camera on my laptop sucks, so my phone camera is way better, but the laptop has more capabilities.
Yeah.
On like the StreamYard to where we can screenshot stuff and all types of stuff.
Oh,
Speaking of LMK, did he make up his mind what he was doing?
On what?
Whether he was going to buy those 3 or trade?
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of him getting them.
I understand his point of view. I mean,
I get it.
And we all can voice our opinions on each other's collections as much as we want, but at the end of the day, it's your collection. Do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
My main reason is because he's already making payments on other snakes. I get that it's a good deal. I just don't think that now is a great time for it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes you gotta know when to, like told them, I guess, like know when to not do it.
Yep. There's a lot of shit out there I'd like to buy right now, but I can't because I don't have the fucking money.
Right. Well, that's the thing is I'm like, oh, I could buy a bunch of stuff right now and put myself in debt, and it's like, or I can just wait a little bit and then get that stuff. So it's not necessarily, I mean, I understand one of my main things is that they're codons. That's one thing that doesn't make me happy. And I know it's a rare codon. I like
What's
that
he getting?
codon.
What's he trying to do?
Wookiees.
Oh.
See,
Hey, my boa shed. Hell yeah, buddy. Sorry.
I like the Wookiee gene.
Oh my
I do
god, you
too.
should.
I
I
do
freaking
too.
love you, buddy.
But it is still just a codom, and I mean, it's not. They're not het for nothing. Now, obviously, you could put it to something and make hets, but I don't know.
Good job.
Dude, between the fact that they don't have recessives in them and the timing for it all, that's why I'm like, nah, I don't think you should do it, dude. It's like, it's a mixture of the two. It's not one or the other.
You're looking so good. Hell yeah. I'm so proud of you. Sorry, I'm so sorry to put this random thought in here, but do you get proud when your snake shed? You're like, oh, you're, I don't know.
Okay,
I proud of my
only get
snakes.
proud of Ned, and that's because Ned has a notorious shedding problem.
Oh.
So whenever he sheds super clean, I'm like, yeah, boy. Like, that's the way to do it, buddy.
Right.
But most of my snakes shed real good. That Reptichip, man, let me tell you, shit's good for them.
Yeah, this guy got a perfect shed. I must have not even really noticed he was about to shed, but
I noticed when my females are breeding, they give worse sheds than usual because they're usually like a perfect shed, and like sometimes they're a little like torn up and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that shed don't look that clean,
Yeah.
That's cool, Tammy.
All right, you can roam around for a little bit. You can roam around. You deserve it, my buddy.
I would say, well, Ned, we originally kept him in an aquarium whenever we got him. So, I mean, that's, quite a bit. What's going on, Ashley?
Hey, Ashley.
Link is in the chat. If you don't see it, I can repost it. But you are more than welcome to come up here. Anybody actually in the chat that wants to come up here, you guys are more than welcome to come up here.
See, I've always had better sheds and aquariums than I do with these fucking racks.
Not me, man. It's the opposite. But what do you use for the racks? Do you use substrate or do you use...
I think it's the opposite for me, too.
Right now, I'm using fucking Aspen.
Oh. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't like Aspen. Well, not necessarily that's bad, but where I'm at with the humidity already low as it is, it just doesn't retain any humidity at all for me.
Well, the stuff on like the left side of my chair over here where my berm's at, it all has good sheds. But where my female rack is at, we got a wall-mounted fucking propane heater right there. And I think it's sucking all the fucking humidity out of it.
I would guess maybe.
Maybe run something that's a little more like holds the water a little better.
There again, it's kind of a budget issue right now, buddy. It's wintertime. I'm off work.
Yeah.
And I work at a golf course, so my shit's seasonal.
Ah.
What do you do?
Maintenance, ground maintenance.
That's a cool job, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sometimes.
It's fun. It's laid back.
You gotta spray the chemicals?
No, I won't fuck with chemicals.
All right, that's good, because I had a buddy that died at 28 that was like spraying chemicals for a long time at his dad's golf course.
Oh my god!
And he died of lymphoma cancer.
I worked for Aspen and Penline Tree Services for 10 years, and every 2 years they'd send us to go get recertified for fucking our sprayer's license. And
Oh,
everybody had to attend the class. You had to sign 2 different papers. One was an attendance paper to get paid for the class, and the second paper was to get your fucking license for attending the class. Well, I'd always sign the paperwork for fucking getting paid for the class and never sign the ones for fucking getting the license to spray the chemicals because I didn't want to fuck with it.
yeah. I wouldn't want to do that.
And when the boss would say, "Hey, you're going with them guys today to spray chemicals," and say, "No, I'm not. I don't have the fucking license." Well, you attended the class. You got paid for it. Yeah, I did 3 years in a row, and I never signed the fucking paperwork for it.
All right, so for y'all in the chat that are pretty certain it's your mouth that gets you guys in trouble in the morning, yeah, me too. But it's just my mouth gets me in trouble all the time. I don't know when to shut up. Sorry.
What about a mouth?
Why? What up, Luke? Luke, find the link.
So-
Come jump in, bro.
I thought half you guys already went to bed or something, but nope. These are all the late night owls, whatever.
Yeah,
Late
dude.
night, it's early morning. People are getting up for work.
I was gonna say everybody's waking up. They're ready to listen to us, our late night rants. They're like, man, these guys are weird in the mornings. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
we get up all night.
I'm getting real tired.
Yeah.
I figured you were still up.
So does mine. There you go. That's why you got to get in here, Luke.
Yeah, at least for a little bit. It sucks. I always go to bed. Like I see Ashley pop on sometimes, but it's like 30 minutes after I freaking get off of these. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
You ought to
can
see the
hear
thing I
Rooster
tagged
crowing
Eric
in the
Bailey in
background.
on. You ought to see the thing I shared and tagged Eric Bailey in on his Facebook page.
Mm.
You know how he works at that cattle farm?
Eric left earlier. I don't know what happened to him. He was in Big D's.
He was mad about Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, he didn't like that we were talking about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
And then we actually made AJ leave because he said he didn't want to hear about Barney or something.
Yeah, who don't like Barney?
I fucking hate Barney, man. When they started making them goofy ass TV shows, that's what the fuck the problem is with the United States today.
Yeah, shit gets worse and worse, dude.
It brainwashed all these little kids in the fucking "I love you, you love me."
They made a documentary. I think it's called "I Hate You," and it's like this big old controversy of Barney or something. I don't know. I think the dude was a pedophile or something, is what they're saying. But how it like controlled kids in America.
Barney. That's what I thought. Well, not all of us, but yeah.
I grew up with Barney. Dude, I remember my parents made. I guess my parents bought me a little Barney doll when I was like 2 or 3. But dude, I remember I had this one nightmare one night when I was like really, really little, where my Barney like came to life and shit, and freaking scared the hell out of me. And like, I don't know, man. Yeah, Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That was some real good stuff. I thought that was really good stuff for kids. Like when I was a kid, I always thought Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was pretty boring, right? But like when I grew up, I found out that he was leaving those long pauses after he would say something so kids could think about it. Like, dang, man. They don't do that at all these days.
Well, if you see some clips of him from back in the day, like he was really doing some like revolutionary stuff, or like some things that sort of broke the cultural barriers, and like really trying to get people involved, and like I think he was genuine about what he was
social
trying
interaction
to do.
between the races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy to think that we were battling that stuff back then. I guess I don't know. I mean, I was a little kid, so I don't know, but it's
Dude,
you know
those
I
shows,
grew
I
up
do
with
have
them.
to say, like,
got
I
started.
remember growing up.
Sesame
Sesame
Street, I
Street.
ain't sure when Mr. Rogers started, but Sesame Street started back in 1963 because we started Little Man watching Sesame Street, and all this new shit's got all this Spanish and stuff in it. And he's only 4 years old. So I
Yeah.
restarted on Peacock. You can watch every season of Sesame Street. I went back to the very first episode, and it was 1963, and started it there.
How was it? What was it like?
It's interesting. It's your basic learning. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
Spanish involved in it. It's your basic math. It's just things that
Yeah.
a 4-year-old should be learning.
Right. Right.
Now it's all politicized or something now.
Well,
I
no.
guess.
Now, like, so my sister has a son that's like a baby, and like he just watches this fruit come on a screen and like dance a little bit, and then another fruit comes up and dances, and then they leave, and then
Oh, like a new show or something.
it's just literally like fruit dancing, and there's like a beat behind it, and it's honestly I didn't mind it too much because it was like an all right beat. Like for a kid's show, I was like, all right, that's all right, like
Yeah.
not too bad, dude, not too bad. But it has no words in it whatsoever.
What?
Nobody says anything.
No way.
Yeah, it's just a beat.
Dude,
It's a
these
beat with
kids.
some dancing fruit.
I think it's so these kids nowadays, like in the past 5 years or something like that, I think oh no, not Peppa Pig, it's Coco Chameleon because they literally change their scenes every 3 seconds. So it's like crack. Like they're always getting that freaking endorphin from every freaking scene. The way they're raising these kids now is weird, bro.
What's Coco Chameleon? What's that?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but it's fat. Like the way that they do their scenes is like every 3 seconds it'll switch. So it'll be like one scene, there'll be another scene, then there'll be another scene, and apparently, like scientifically, it affects the kid's brain where they get addicted to it, and like because it'd be like swiping through TikTok where like every few seconds you see something different, and dude, they hooked kids that way, so now these kids are going crazy over Coco Chameleon or something like that.
Dang, man.
I don't know. It's weird, bro. Like they know how to program little kids, and I don't think it's the best thing to do when you're not really teaching them educational stuff. I don't know if it's educational or not, but I assume it's not too educational. Maybe it is. I have no idea. But these I don't know. Yeah, these shows nowadays are really weird because I don't know, man.
I think that there's always going to be shows out there that are like basically crap for your kids, and then there's always going to be shows out there that are good for your kids.
Yeah.
What's
up, little Tiger buddy?
I do have to say, in this day and age, well, since we've been alive, we've gotten to see things get like super racy on television, and then like back off. But like the stuff is still available now. There's so much available now that it's like it's tough to just keep the kids seeing positive stuff. They're gonna see everything,
Yeah.
Unless of course you shelter them and put them in a bubble, and then once they experience the real world, they're gonna be like, "What the hell?" and not be prepared at all for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, no, I don't think phones for kids are good at all. I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't get a phone until I was like 17, 18, because my parents would never let me have one. But now kids have a phone at like 6, 7, sometimes earlier because they need it to. I don't know. Apparently, they need it.
Motherfucker, there wasn't phones when I was a kid.
Mm-mm.
That's funny. You old ass.
Crazy. Everything is in your pocket, like your movies, your phone, your calculators. I think he's had it right.
What?
When'd you get that Tegu?
about 3 days ago.
Oh, no way. It's new?
Dude,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I thought
You
you
don't
had a
know that
Tegu
we had
already.
a Tegu now? Like,
I thought you already had one. Do you have another Tegu?
No.
No.
Oh, you do, Shane, then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're not going after the cat, kid.
His
Tegus
Tegu
are-
is like, dude, his Tegu is like 2 or 3 times bigger than my Tegu.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Like,
I
that
want a
is a
Tegu
big
so
ass
bad.
Tegu, bro. You got that fucker by your face. You only had it 3 days. Leaving on the edge.
Yeah.
You can't be scared, dude. You cannot be scared with these animals are getting bit because you'll get fucked up every time.
Look at the cat. The cat's like, what the
Hey,
fuck's going on?
I don't show them that I'm scared, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be putting it by my face like that. Well, I don't know. My Tegu, I got her. I can crawl around. That's
Look
a
at
boy,
how
huh?
sweet that little guy is.
That's a boy.
Girl. Boy.
Yeah. Hey, big boy.
Dude, a male Tegu is real easy to identify. Show him.
The freaking shit right here.
Yeah, big old jowls.
Yeah. Yeah.
He needs his fucking nails trimmed. I ain't got to that yet. Ouch, you bastard.
Oh, man.
You can't get back here. The cat's
Heck
back here.
yeah.
You're going to try to eat the fucking cat.
Oh, hey, we got a guest. My bad.
Yeah.
Luke, how long you been back there, buddy?
Dang,
Yeah,
dude.
just-
Okay,
Fucking
now you want to
30
hear the
seconds
story
a
with
minute.
this Tegu?
No.
Why am I up?
I was supposed to get this Tegu and trade it for that ivory blood python. The dude come to my house the other day with the blood python in a fucking deli cup and didn't latch the deli cup right, and it got loose in the dash of his car.
What?
So now I'm stuck with a Tegu.
He like can't find it?
Can't find it. It's in there. We seen its tail, but dude wouldn't let me rip his dash apart to get it the fuck out.
Oh my god, bro.
So what's up, guys?
Not much. What you doing, dude?
Fucking late night, huh?
It
Morning.
looks like you're fucking cold as hell.
Dude,
I bet
it's
it is
fucking like
colder.
it's like negative 10 here.
Damn. I believe
Feels
it.
like probably negative 20.
Yeah. I believe it. I hate the Midwest. That's why I don't want to go back.
It's supposed to warm up Wednesday to 30. Woo!
Mm.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's fucking cold as shit, dude.
Oh. Man, my back. God damn.
I mean, it's pretty dang cold out here right now, too. It was raining all last night, and there's some ice around, so it got under 32. But
Yeah.
not as cold as it is for you.
Yeah, dude. When I drove home, it was like negative 3 degrees.
Oh, man, dude.
That was at midnight.
Dude, Tamara and the kids both loved it up north. When we took them to Ohio to show them, like, you know, my sister's house and everything, dude, they loved it. The snow and the cold, they were like, oh, hell yeah.
Just
Fuck that, dude.
Well, I got them all, like, I made sure we went to get some Columbia stuff beforehand. So we had, like, snow pants and, like, you know, the double layered jackets and stuff like that.
yeah.
So, you know, you can.
Dude,
you
I got
can
this
bear it.
big ass coat on, and I'm fucking cold, dude.
Well, it's not even zipped up.
Fuck it is. I got a hoodie too on.
Big old fucking. I don't think I could get it on the screen, bro. So shed for my boa, bro.
John is so excited.
And it's like, oh, it goes even more.
Zombie, get back.
Woo!
Cares,
So-
he said. She'd
Big
be a
ass.
non-smoker, she supposes. It'd be that cold.
That's yeah. It's a big ass shed.
I've never had a Tegu before. This dude's pretty cool.
Dude, they are
Yeah.
super cool, man. They are super cool and really smart.
I'd become a
They can also
non-smoker.
eat rats too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. Now my fucking basement's gonna be fucking cold as fuck. Oh. Jesus,
Dude,
things that I
I
do for
got
you
him off
guys.
of. He used to free range in the guy's house.
My Tegu used to stink up her enclosure. Now she doesn't. I put a bunch of freaking bugs in there, you know, so these two dookies. But yeah, her dookie does stink, but I don't think it's any worse than a bearded dragon. Bearded dragons stink too.
Oh yeah,
Possibly worse.
they stink.
My beardy, man, she's a stinky little girl. Which that's the next enclosure I'm gonna upgrade. I gotta upgrade her spot because we got her in the same spot that we, you know, like when we got her, she came with like an enclosure and everything. But it's like it's good for like a juvenile, but not an adult like her. Like she needs more room than that. So that's gonna be the next enclosure I build. I'm gonna actually try to do a build video for this one. Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys can figure it all out. Now,
I got to figure out if I'm going to keep this guy or not. If I keep this guy, I got to build him a bigger enclosure this week
yeah.
because I
All
was
right,
not planning
so-
on keeping him. And as of right now, the given situation is he's in a 40-gallon breeder tank.
Yeah. Do you guys?
But the only
think that
time he's in
whenever
there is
I do-
nighttime. I got him out. The only time he's in there is when I go to bed. I got him out on the back of the chair and shit all day when I'm out.
All right, so I got a question, Morbid. Whenever I go to do like an enclosure build video, should I do like literally like cut my boards at angles and everything and pre-drill holes and countersink and all of that stuff, like just to make it look extra pretty? Because I mean, in all reality, we know it'll hold together if you just, you know, go like that. You ain't even gotta, you know.
Pre-drilling
Cut
holes
no
and shit
angles.
ain't for the looks. It's fucking. You don't
Well,
want
no,
that
not
wood
pre-drilled
splitting
holes,
apart.
but
That's
I'm
why
saying,
you
like,
pre-drill.
Like angled.
Countersinking, and then cutting the boards at an angle instead of just butting them up to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, should I really go the extra distance?
I wouldn't. In my opinion, a square-butted wood joint it's stronger than what the fuck a 45 and a 45 are because you get more area to put the stress against.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now. It's like, how far do I really want to take the build video to be like, you know, do it as super pro as possible, or just like have it so that people that are working with the shit can do it? Because yeah, of course I can cut the angles in the boards, but not everybody can.
Yeah, I'd keep it just basic. That way, your average homeowner that's not carpentry inclined and people also that don't have the fucking miter saws and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Low
Yeah.
life, what up? Glad you can make it. But yeah, that was kind of one of my big questions was like, should I go ahead and try to do it as professional I can do it, or do it something so that someone watching it can easily follow it and build also?
That might. Yeah, maybe. I don't got no tools.
I'd
I would
say
have to
keep
be
it
all basic.
I say keep it basic.
Yeah, I agree. Try to get it looking as cool as possible with as basic methods as possible.
And if you're going to paint the outside of the enclosure, you don't have to worry about countersinking them screws. Just run them
Right.
tight to where they suck in a little bit.
Yep.
And get some wood putty and fucking smear over the screw heads.
Right.
And then paint it and you're good.
I mean, and honestly, I'm probably not even going to put some wood putty on them. Honestly. Just going to paint over it. Like, if I were countersinking them, okay, yeah, fine. You know, trying to make it look super perfect, yeah. But I think it'll look good either way, you know, and I don't know. I think that once you get the lights in and everything and you have it all, you know, done up on the inside with all your plants and substrate and hides and stuff like that, all of that stuff, if you're using, oh, sorry, hold on.
You see where his lips fucked up?
Oh yeah.
If you're using plywood, just use stone 2x2s as your nailers in the corners, maybe. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I wouldn't use a 2x2 though. I'd use like 1x1 and 1x2, probably. Just building because that's just like building an extra frame on the outside of your thing. Unless you plan on putting some little corner joints in there, you can put little corner joints in and kind of skip that whole step for strength. But here's the thing about building a reptile enclosure that's really awesome. When you build one, it doesn't have to hold water. So it doesn't have to be built super strong, you know.
It's just got to be strong enough to hold in what you're fucking keeping.
Yeah, just strong enough to hold in whatever you're keeping. And I think more than anything, it's just you can't have any ways for them to escape. The actual strength of it doesn't actually matter as much as it being kind of like sealed, you know, but not sealed watertight, just sealed so that an animal can't escape through the hole.
Okay. When I got my retic,
I can't see it right now, but I
ordered
a little bit.
One professional built fucking 8-foot PVC enclosure. I'm not going to say who I ordered it off of, but it was supposed to be 1/2-inch PVC. It showed up, it was 1/4-inch PVC. And I was going to put a 18-foot, 110, 120 pound female retic in that enclosure.
Oh, yeah. You ain't doing that. You ain't
No.
doing that with that.
No. So I called my buddy.
Ball python weight. You know, that's for ball pythons. You know?
My buddy had 3 fucking homemade wooden enclosures that he had for his retics. And they were made out of 1-inch fucking exterior plywood.
Yeah.
And 2x4.
So I have a theory here. If you use plywood, if you use wood over PVC for your enclosure, I have found that Flex Seal works really well.
Flex Seal sucks, though.
He used fucking gymnasium floor sealer.
Oh, yeah, you could do that too. Well, the reason I like Flex Seal, though, is because they literally advertise that it's non-toxic.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point, but it don't last up. It starts cracking within like not even 6 months.
No, that's not true. That's not true. It depends on how heavy you put it on and how long you waited in between coats. I mean, there is a lot to do with like how you're putting it on. You can mess it up for sure. But if you end up getting the bucket, like instead of the spray can, so I use the spray can for the boa enclosure. I can see there is flaws in it.
Right.
I can see there's flaws in it. But when I did the Tegu, I used the bucket. And
Gotcha.
it was more expensive because I used way more, but
Right.
it turned out way better too. Like after time has gone on, for sure, get the bucket and paint it on with a roller or whatever, and it'll really feel much better, and it'll be a smoother. It'll feel like rubber, like real rubber, like a whole rubber floor or something.
Right.
Where the Flex Seal, when you spray it on, it only feels like rubber, but you could scrape it and like scrape the rubber off, you know?
Right.
With the bucket shit, dude, you're not scraping that shit off. It's on there, you know?
Gotcha.
Like,
I haven't used the bucket. I've used only the spray.
If you ever get the chance to use that bucket stuff, I mean, it didn't go as far as I had hoped it would. And that's why I went to the spray after on the next enclosure, because I was like, the bucket didn't last as long. I ended up needing 2 of those gallon buckets or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, dang. So I went with the spray, and yeah, I was able to make it stretch way further. But
the only reason why I say that I don't like it personally is my father-in-law has a camper, and we redid it a little bit on the roof. And I bought him a new one of the windows up top, like the sunroof or whatever.
yeah.
And we sprayed around it, and within, I don't know, I did how the directions told me to, and about 6 months it started cracking again. Cracking. And it was like, what the fuck, man?
That was exposed to the elements, though, also. You know?
True.
Well, yeah, they claim that shit can be exposed to the elements.
Yeah, they get some sunlight, they get some water, but it's not like they're getting like crazy wind and shit falling on it all the time and building up on it, you know, like I feel like there's a lot more shit going on the top of a car than there is inside the enclosure. It's a pretty controlled environment in there, where on the outside it's like havoc.
Oh
man.
What?
Yeah.
You're not getting tired, are you?
I'll check it out in a second.
Me? Hell yeah, bro.
I gotta get off the stream. Like,
Yeah, I'm probably leaving I'm probably gonna get off at 4, so I got a couple minutes. But I'm tired as hell.
That's cool, man. Dude, don't feel pressured, bro. If you're sleepy, go to bed, man. We're all good.
I will. I mean,
put in solid work. You put in solid work, bro.
No, I don't mind sticking around for a couple more minutes. So, because it sucks, dude. Because like, I'll still go to my bed, you know, lay down, get comfortable, then I'll be on my phone for at least another 30 minutes. I'm like, oh fuck, and then I'll start seeing everybody start hopping on with you after. I'm like, dang it. You know what I mean?
That's when you jump back on.
Right.
Bro, so this morning, Hayden, he woke me up to go take him to track practice, right? And I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, wait, I thought you guys didn't have school today. And he says, no, we don't. You got to take me there and then pick me up in an hour. I said, nah, bro. I ain't doing that. Nope. You canceled track practice today, bro. I'm like, because I was like, dude, we live like 20 minutes from the school.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just drop 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, and then another fucking
right. I sit here
20 minutes
just
there.
sit down just long enough to get sleepy again, and then I gotta go and pick him up again. I was like, nah, dude.
Yeah, after an hour, so it's basically you make your trips and then you're fucking done.
So like the only other choice is to like basically sleep in the parking lot of the school.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I don't
funny,
know,
dude.
man. I was just not about it this morning. I was like, I'm sorry, bud. I'm not taking you today. They messed up by making it on a day off of school. You got no school now. They got no school again today, but it's actually a weather thing.
Right.
So
That's
weird.
funny.
Yeah, I heard
it's
you
like
guys
a snow day, but we don't even have snow, so I don't get that. But yeah. I guess it's because it
You,
was raining like yesterday, and now it's all like everything's kind of frozen. So you know,
Did you see the video from the little man yesterday at the school bus?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
His fucking rooster and his chickens went up to the school bus with him.
Oh,
That rooster standing in the corner of the yard by the driveway bitching.
That's funny.
Where's your baby? Show me your baby.
I don't even know how many chickens are left. We brought like almost 30 of them here and turned them loose when we moved in.
Damn. How many acres you got?
2.
Not bad. Better than what I got. I bet you I don't even have a half an acre.
There's about an acre at actual yard, and the rest of it's woods and creek bottom.
Fuck yeah.
I wanna build a chicken coop.
Yeah, very nice.
But I gotta wait, man. I got too many things to build. I still gotta build the dang ball python racetrack. And that's gonna take like months to get that right. So
Have you tried? I don't know if you have an area
I
for
haven't
it,
tried
but
anything.
you haven't tried like racing 2 of your ball pythons, see what they'll do. Well,
No.
I guess you still need that divide because then they're just gonna freaking.
They just don't go the direction, like they don't go
Yeah.
the directions without it, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's one of those things where you gotta build it and hope that they do what you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that it's that hard to build. It's just it's gonna be kind of expensive, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like spending $300 or something to build the track that may or may not be good. And I might have to rebuild it 6 or 7 times before I get it right. And keep buying more material and
I
yeah.
wonder if yeah, I'm trying to think of. I wonder if you could do. Okay, so here I've got an idea for you. So what if you build your track like the Hot Wheels track, where each freaking section connects, so that way, because dude, you don't want a 10-foot freaking thing right away. Maybe divide it in 4 different sections or something.
Well, so I was already kind of thinking of that, and what I was gonna do is have it like a case with those like clips that you like open up, like a briefcase, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll have
Yeah.
like 4 of those.
Gotcha.
Like clipped together.
Yeah, that could probably work.
Dang, Kara.
Yeah.
We've had like 45 more babies born this week
Man.
between Friday and today.
acres. Holy crap, I
Dang.
wish I had 40
Hell
acres. Dang.
Wish I had fucking 40 acres.
Dude, that's crazy.
All right, so I don't know if they're supposed to be, last year they were supposed to move the house to the front property, and they didn't. And then they're talking about doing it this year. Do I believe them, or do I be like, yeah, you probably ain't moving nothing, so I just start building shit outside? You know, like, what should I do, guys?
Yeah.
Could be a big pain in the butt when it comes time to it. Like when they're like, all right, we are moving all this shit. Then I'd be like, oh, dang, okay, I'll just move that. But
Do you own your house?
No, the guy that owns Snake Farm Zoo owns it.
No.
Gotcha. So you're just like renting or whatever?
It was a part of the deal when it got sold that like we stay in the house until the kids are out of school.
Mm.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, we'll probably be out of here before then, just because we want to get our own place or whatever.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, we still got quite a bit of time if we needed to stay here.
Fuck, honestly, I still wish I was still renting.
Right? Like that's the thing is we're like, okay, so if we do decide to stay here for basically we'd have like 10 years here. If we did decide to stay here for the next 10 years, by the time we do go to move, we would be able to afford a nice spot.
Right. Right.
But that's 10 years, man. That's a long time. And I kind of want to
Yeah.
go now, you know?
No shit, right?
Yeah,
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna head to bed, man.
for sure. Later, John. Appreciate you, bud.
Later, John.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I gotta try to get some shit done tomorrow, but all right, you guys have a good one, and everybody in the chat. Later.
You too, man.
Love you, John.
Later.
But yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm actually probably not super far behind John on that one. But man, I don't know. I would like to get a warehouse before to actually buy an actual house. If that sounds odd to me or to you guys.
Buy a warehouse and then build a house inside of it, part of it.
No, I don't want to do that. We got a family and kids and shit. That'd be weird. But because we don't actually need a house right now, I think that like trying to find a warehouse somewhere and filling that sucker up with animals would be a really cool idea. Take that first step towards a Reptarum or, you know, whatever else we're doing.
Right.
Um,
Morbid left?
yeah, he'll probably be back. He
That does
comes
suck,
in and out.
Tammy. I was on the second floor of an apartment one time, and that sucked.
Yeah,
Actually, it wasn't that bad, but
nah. Carry
My
yourself
neighbor-
up to the third story. That does suck, and especially like if it's only a 3-story building, there ain't no elevator. You know,
Right.
if it's like 4
No
or 5
fucking-
stories and you're on the third story, you're okay. But
the one that I had, it was 3 stories, and it was all stairs.
yeah, yep.
But I mean, it was nice. It just, yeah.
Buy an old. Oh, that's hilarious. Buy an old motel, turn each room into enclosures.
Hell yeah. There's that one guy talking about buying a hotel. There's that one guy on American Pickers that fucking bought a whole hotel and fucking turned it into like his house.
That's cool.
I mean, it was kind of weird though. It like all the one rooms were like ground level, you know, and shit. And then there's like the main part. It was fucking weird though.
So I think the real way of me doing this would be for me to find some property in an area that I think in 20 years will be booming. You know, maybe not some property that's booming now.
Then you need to go to a
Because
fucking town where
some shit.
the oil fields there.
Man, you get a sinkhole out by them, bro. Nah.
Well, I mean the town though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like wherever there's oil going up or oil rigs going up, fuck, that town will be booming.
Okay, so out here now, they're not building no more oil rigs, bro. You're not building no more oil rigs. But
No shit.
but they did just build that huge ass Tesla plant for building them semis out in
Okay.
Austin. And
Gotcha.
Austin is already like basically like they're calling Austin Little California.
Really?
And everyone from California is moving to Texas now. Like even like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, like all those dudes have moved to Texas.
Really?
Yeah, it's a big thing. Everybody's coming here.
Probably because the fucking whatchamacallit too. The cost of living.
Well, the cost of living isn't much different than anywhere else, honestly.
Fuck California. I've heard
Well,
California is
California
fucking
is stupid
expensive.
expensive. That's true. It's not the cost of living of California. But that's what everybody's kind of, you're right. It's kind of like they're like, oh, it's cheaper to live here, but it's got all the nice things. And it's
Yep.
like, yeah, but remember, you guys turned California into a shit show, so don't come here and do the same thing, you know?
Right.
Like, hey, man, remember, just know where you fucked up. It's cool. We're down. Y'all are welcome here. But just remember, know where you fucked up. Keep Texas, Texas, you know?
Like fucking
It's beautiful for a good reason, you know? Like, 'cause
when I first met Andrew from Redwood Reptiles, it was like he told me he was a fucking cop, and I was like, what? And then he fucking was a cop in LA, you know, and it's like, fuck, dude, how fucking fucked up would that be?
Dude, that is crazy. Making $27 an hour and can't afford a place for my kids in Cali. Yep. That shit's expensive as shit. And then your kids get to avoid needles all over everything.
I'd like to visit California. I've never been out there, but
I did one time, dude, and man, it was not cool, bro. It was not cool. I drove like all night to get there. So I show up, I'm dead tired, right? And like we go to this like nice ass hotel in Malibu that costs like a lot, dude. And they're talking about like we had booked online and everything, and they're like, check-in isn't till 3:00 in the afternoon. And I'm like, bro,
damn.
really? I'm like, usually it's like 12,
10 o'clock in the
maybe 1
morning.
o'clock, 10 o'clock, right? You can check in usually like somewhere around midday, you know, but
Right.
dang, man, 3:00. Now, mind you, this is at 8:00 in the morning I show up. I was like, bro, come on, man. You got to help me out here, dude. You know, I got to pay extra. It's fine. I don't care. Just, you know, I'm tired.
Right.
I need to go to sleep right now, man. Like, give me something within an hour or two, you know, and I'm cool. Nah,
Hell
nah, not having it. No, sir. Can't do none of that. Dude, I ain't even playing. I paid like probably like $2,000 for this. I left. I ain't getting my money back.
That's crazy.
I left. I was so mad. I drove right back to Colorado, bro. Drove right back to Colorado. Stayed the whole rest of the trip in Colorado. I was like, nope.
There's just certain spots in California that I want to visit.
Yeah, me too, for sure. I wanted to drive down like Route 1 and all that stuff. Like, I wanted to see LA more in depth and stuff like that. And like, we seen some stuff as we were like driving through there and on the way back. But for the most part, the people were pretty shitty.
Right.
I have to say, like, the people are like condescending. They all act like they're something special. They're all real condescending.
Because it's fucking California, man.
Well, from what I've seen, I can't say everybody from California because I know a lot of really cool people from California.
Right.
But when I took the trip, all the people I had encountered was that way. You know, like,
right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's just certain places I'd like to go, like Monterey Bay.
Tammy knows. She's from Cali. She knows the rude fuckers.
I'd like to go to Riverside. Really want to go to Long Beach.
Long Beach, yeah. Okay, so I did want to do Long Beach. I wanted to do Long Beach.
If I was gonna move to Cali, that would
San Diego. I wanted to do. Well, we started off. We were gonna do Malibu, and then like the Long Beach area, Malibu stuff, and then head up north and hit up like LA and then San Diego and San Francisco. And
Right.
then like cut back through the north, you know?
I
Didn't
don't know.
do none
Like,
of that, bro. Didn't do none of that. We got there, got pissed off, left. Fuck it.
I'm kind of funny because fucking I'd want to go to like Compton for some reason. Don't ask me why. Like, I'd want to cruise there. I'd want to cruise on the main boulevard there. I mean, I think it'd be fucking
truth is,
awesome.
all right, so I can honestly say this from experience. Going to the hood and living in the hood are two totally different things. You can cruise through the hood and be fine. And yeah,
Right.
it's going to be cool looking and a cool idea on culture. And you can go and get some good food and all that stuff, you know, go to all these iconic places. But
Yep.
like, bro, you don't want to live in the hood. You know, like living there is different, man. That
guarantee-
that dude that was mean mugging you when you was bending the block, that dude's there every day. You know, like
I mean, you know, just or Palmdale. I'd like to fucking go through Palmdale.
Yeah,
Just the,
No,
you
yeah,
know, the
I totally
weird,
get it. I
iconic
get it.
places.
because it's iconic. Exactly, it's iconic. You want to experience that, for sure. Totally get it.
I mean, especially like Compton, you know, where like Dre and, you know, Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and just all those fucking people grew up in, you know, just it'd be fucking cool.
South Central. Yeah. But I gotta say, like, hey, so the cops are hot out in Cali, man. Cops are hot, bro. Like, I was just driving through and they're mean mugging me and shit the whole damn time. So, might not be the best idea to just be cruising through the hood.
Oh, fuck. My wife's from Texas, you know, Midland, Odessa, and fuck, dude. You
Nice.
see their fucking hood. It's fucking more
Hey,
sketchy
that's the
than
valley, bro. That's out in the valley, bro. If you ain't from Texas and you don't know what the valley is, all right.
Oh, it was, dude, a whole new experience for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to the hood down in Des Moines. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
the
Fucking
valley, that's the
sketchy.
barrio, bro.
Well, I was with good people. Like fucking one of my well, it'd be like my wife's cousin. He was actually in a gang.
Yeah.
And he actually went to fucking prison for like 10 years. But I mean, he's cool and shit, but like very
You live in New
gangster,
York?
very fucking gangster, dude. Always looking over his shoulder, fucking.
Nice.
What?
Live Feed lives in Compton. Hey, Live Feed. You should do like iconic scenes from like the 90s or something and like drive by like those houses from like Boys in the Hood and stuff like that. And then all hyped for it.
I mean, you'd have to like go to fucking what's his face's Miguel's house and have him drive a 64 down fucking
Right?
the boulevard in
Dang.
Compton, you know?
Nah, bro, you don't even
feel
want.
safe.
I don't think you want to do that, bro. I don't think you want to do that.
Have you
I'm
seen the
pretty certain
64,
Miguel
dude?
is not hard. You know, like
Who did he say that lived in one
Miguel
of his
from Always
videos on
Evolving, right?
YouTube? Huh?
Miguel from Always Evolving Pythons.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
I
lives
would.
in
I don't
Palmdale.
know that I would want to. You get robbed, bro. You get robbed for sure. Like if I was in the hood and I seen y'all rolling up and I don't know who the hell you are, you probably getting got. You know, like,
How do you think I felt in fucking Midland, dude?
right.
I
don't
mean,
know, man.
my wife knows how I am, you know, and I don't really stare at people, you know what I mean? But I'm a people person. I'll watch you or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And fucking, she took me to this place where it's basically like a little car show, but it's, you know, you just go like,
Yeah,
but it's at night. It's at night,
yeah. It's
so
a
it's
meetup.
kind of sketchy. And
Yeah.
fucking, we went there, but how you get there, you got to drive down like a quarter mile or an eighth of a mile down the road, and it's a fucking cul-de-sac. So you got to fucking turn around and come back the other direction, but you're passing all these cars, and they're fucking looking at you. And I'm driving my truck with fucking Iowa plates while everybody else is from Midland. And it was just like, my wife, she goes, don't fucking stare at people. And I was like, oh God, like, here we fucking go. And I'm like, just nonchalantly looking over, and everybody's fucking staring at me. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yep.
I mean, it was scary though, dude. I mean, not scary, but sketchy. But yeah, it was fucking rock. It was awesome though. It was so fun.
Sorry, as I relive sketchy moments in my mind. Shit. Nah, man, it is always cool to go somewhere that's like either been in a movie or just somewhere that's like, you know, real majestic, that you just feel like big and small at the same time. It's
What's
like
up,
this weird-
Stan? Sorry, dude. I just was looking at the comments, and Big Brother Stan's in here.
Yeah, he was saying to go to YouTube, look up Newburgh City or.
I've been in New York.
Newburgh.
I've been in Manhattan. I was around the Empire State Building and shit in Central Park and shit like that in New York.
So one thing I always like about going to like different cities and stuff is to actually kind of like look at like their neighborhoods. And I try to think of like, okay, if I lived in this area, you know, like what would I be able to afford? Like where would I end up living type of thing, you know?
Right.
And like some places are really cool when you see that. You see like these cool cultural things that you see like only in certain cities people do things this way. And like when I was in DC, that was a really cool culture there.
Gotcha.
We had like mad old historic stuff all around, so you felt like the ghosts of the past. But at the same time, it was like beautiful flowers all over the place, and like everybody was like a different ethnicity. You know, it was crazy. It'd be like a Belgian dude, and then, you know, like some guy from Nicaragua, and then, you know, you got some Egyptians, and then somebody from Nigeria or some Algeria. It's like
very diverse.
Yeah, super diverse. It's like whenever I went to DC, I realized how wonderful America really is.
Right.
Like, because you don't see that across the country. Like, I realized that, like, it really does stand as a beacon to the rest of the world.
Right.
For something. Because when I was there, dude, I really felt like it was an amazing place. Like, it was, dude, something about it. I recommend anybody to go to Washington, D.C., and also take a trip down Ute Street. Mainly during the day, but if you're ballsy enough to go at night, go for it. My sister in college, she was going to dental school out there. So, like, for her graduation, my mom and I went out there. Well, my sister be blazing and stuff. So she was like, hey, come over, blah, blah, you know? So I took the subway from my mom and I's Airbnb over to my sister's place. But when I went there, it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you know? And all these cool shops are everywhere. And it's just like, it was a really cool spot. You just seen so much food and all this stuff going on. It was cool.
That's how I was with New York. But
Right?
I was only 14 when I went out there, and fucking it was fucking amazing. Fucking amazing.
Heck yeah.
See,
Yeah.
seeing all the fucking buildings, and then we went
Yeah.
over I think it's the Washington Bridge out there. Big long fucking bridge.
Yeah, dude.
But you could see the Statue of Liberty from that bridge. That was fucking cool. I don't know. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. I mean, I could have seen myself live out there, honestly. My uncle was from New Jersey, like maybe an hour away south of New York City. But where he lived, it was pretty fucking cool.
I'm definitely interested to see New York. I'm upset that I didn't get to ride the subway from DC to New York, because you can. And I thought that was really awesome.
There was a tunnel that we went under, and the fucking tunnel goes underneath the river. And it's so fucking loud, dude. It's not from the traffic. It's from the fucking water going over the fucking tunnel, dude.
Oh, dang.
It's fucking cool, though.
That's cool.
It's called the Holland Tunnel. Like Holland or whatever.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. If you ever get a chance to go to New York, do it, dude.
All right. So I would assume that the New York subway does suck. Luckily, I was in DC, and I mean, it kind of reminded me of the L in Chicago, just underground instead of above ground. So, like, I was like, all right, this is cool, I mean, you see some weird shit going on. You don't want to be staring at people, not a great place to, like, hey, how's it going, bud? Not a good spot to do that.
And the sidewalks are, like, 6-7 foot wide.
Yeah, dude, they got huge ass sidewalks for sure. I never even thought about that, I guess. That is weird well, it's not weird, but it's weird that we
and it's jam packed
rural areas nowadays don't even think about that.
That's the only part that sucked. It was just shoulder to shoulder.
Hey, I gotta tell you this story though, bro. So we ended up going, like, I was visiting my sister, all this stuff. She was in college. We were seeing all the sites because my mom and I, and it was really cool because she lived there. So she knew, like, all the cool spots to eat and, like, the different areas. So we got to see, like, it was like having a private tour guide the entire trip,
Right.
Really, really awesome.
That's how I felt with my uncle.
When I went over to her house that night, like, my mom had went back to the Airbnb early in the night. She's like, oh, I'm getting sleepy, it's about to get dark. I don't want to get lost. I'm gonna leave. And I was like, oh, okay. We walk her to the train, all that good stuff. It was still, everything's beautiful going on.
Oh,
I end up staying there for like 4 or 5 more hours, blazing and all that shit. And dude, when I went to leave, it was a completely different area. I'm dead serious. Like, first thing I seen was a gang of cops. And I was like, uh-oh, like, I'm blazed off my ass right now, walking towards, like, a crew of, like, 10, I'm like, dude, like, scared. So I'm, like, trying to, like, walk quickly, and be like, get out of there. I turned the corner onto U Street to go towards, like, the subway. I got to walk, like, 3 blocks down and then right. My sister said to walk this way down and then go down. And I was like, nah, I wanted to go by those shops again. I wanted to buy a pack of cigarettes, this and that. Bro, that same gas station I went at like 2 or 3 times earlier that day was not the same gas station at night. It was like there was like 4 or 5 crackheads just scuttering around, you know, and like there's a pimp smacking a bitch. Everybody's in there just like arguing with the fucking guy behind the counter. I was like, dang man, fuck them cigarettes. I just kept going, right? I was like, all right. I get to the subway and like I hear people like at first I was like, all right, we're all good, right? Get to the subway. I hear someone screaming. I'm like, I don't know what's going on there, dude. Not my business. I'm gonna keep going, you know. Get on. Well, for one, as I was about to get on, I seen this girl and I was like, oh dang, she looked good. Got me all sidetracked, right? Got on the wrong motherfucking train, bro. I did not go back towards like the hotel area. I went the opposite way. I went into the hood more. And that's not the worst part, bro. The worst part is I got off and I didn't realize like what I had done. So I got up, started walking outside, and I'm like, this shit don't look familiar. What the fuck? And there is literally like people smoking crack right as soon as you're walking out. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know? Yeah. I was like, shit, where do I go? I'm not at this spot. So I went to go back down and they're like, oh no, that was the last train for the night heading this direction. You're gonna have to catch it at the next station. I'm like, fuck. Well, how long do I have? And they're like, you got about 4 minutes. Dude, I'm like booking down the street, like just trying to run my ass off to get to the last train, because otherwise it's like, I don't know, like 8-9 miles. I wasn't trying to walk like 8 or 9 miles. So I was like, just get to the next train station. I know it's up here. But bro, I looked so stupid. Like I feel like everybody was looking at me like, oh, this motherfucker's scared of the hood. You know, like I'm just booking, bro. Like, and I'm wearing like, because we were at a graduation earlier that day, I'm wearing like my nicest clothes, looking like as you know, preppy as possible. And everybody is just looking at me fucked up. I was like, man, I look like a victim right now, bro. I gotta get out of here. I start untucking my shirt right away. You know, I'm like, man, it was not cool, bro. I made that train though. I caught that train. I got back, bro, just sweat dripping off me all over the place. My mom like, what happened? I was like, nothing. I made it.
Yeah, in fucking New York, around the Empire State Building, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking, well, my to show me like
your sound was messing up.
Huh?
Your sound was messing up for a second. You're good.
And then there's a restaurant at the very bottom of the Empire State Building we fucking ate at. Dude, the steaks there were like...
I wonder what Delmonico's is.
But, fucking walked around, you know, just went to different shops and shit. But, like, guys would come up to you with, like, trench coats and shit and fucking open them up. Like, no, they'd straight up open them up. Necklace, like gold necklaces and shit. Fucking trying to sell that shit, dude.
Okay, I seen one guy in TV doing that. I've been in Chicago a bunch, like growing up. Never seen that in my whole life. Went to DC, seen one dude doing it, but I'm pretty sure like it was a gimmick, you know, like because he was standing next to his shop, like he had a cart, you know, like, but he was just doing it to be weird, you know.
People were fucking actually like stealing the shit and then fucking, you know,
Bro, I feel like that shit is a setup. That shit was probably cops, man.
Last for this
There
guy.
you go. See, Stan knows. He's like, nope, that's all fake shit, bro. That's fake
It is
shit.
fake shit, but
Yep.
like I never bought no glass or like gold, but like a guy was actually selling fucking Oakleys, and they weren't fake either though. But fucking my cousin had the same pair that I bought, and he paid like $165, and I paid like 30-40 bucks.
Okay, so for a while there, I was into sunglasses a lot, and I had like a gang of pairs of expensive ones too. I had like Dragons
So
and
was I.
Oakleys, and you know, like, there
I
was
think
quite a
everybody
bit. Yeah,
But I was fucking hustling them too. I was fucking turning.
But dude, honestly, like if you ask me, like if I'm gonna buy $160 pair of Oakleys or $25 Folkleys, you know, I'm gonna buy the Folkleys. As long as they look good and they do the same thing, I'm not paying the 165 no more. Like I don't know. I don't care about brands as much anymore. Now, if it looks dorky, I'm still not getting it. You know, like they gotta still look cool. But I mean, if they look the same and one's like a quarter of the price, bro, I'm definitely rocking the quarter of the price ones because that makes me smart. You know, like
When I was out there, me and my cousin and my uncle went to an actual Oakley place, and the most I ever spent on glasses was like $235 or $240 for a pair of fucking
exactly.
sunglasses.
See, Tammy knows, man. You buy the expensive sunglasses, they get broken, they get lost, people steal them. It's just like, man, you can't be spending too much on sunglasses. Some shit getting tossed out too much and messed up and scraped up, and you know.
I don't know. Do you remember Jinkos?
Oh, 100%, bro. I used to be rollerblading with my Jenkos, bro, and my silk shirt flapping in the wind. Like, come on, man. Had a big old dragon on the back.
Was the East Coast. All my Jinkos, dude.
Yeah, you know, had the shirt with the fire on the sleeves and the dragon on the back, you know.
I was rocking a fucking polyester shirt. Bright ass.
Man, I roll around. I had my Discman and the Jinkos. You know, you riding with the Walkman and you like, yeah, skating hard. Shit, man, that was the life.
I had a pager in my pocket.
My mom wasn't about letting me get a pager. I had to use the payphone if I needed to call anyone. Nah, bro. You ain't allowed to use collect. You better have 40 cents. You better have 40 cents, bro.
Dude, the other people pay for it. Like
no,
who you're
I
calling?
Know. You think my mom was gonna accept the collect call? Bro.
My mom always.
Hell no. My mom slapped the shit out of me calling her collect.
I was
fucking like, that's $1. You know? Like,
well, that's how I'd call her. Staying with. I mean, I'd use my fucking uncle's phone.
Right. Yeah, no, man.
Oh my God.
Wasn't about that at all.
Dude, I brought fucking Jinkos here, dude. Like nobody was wearing them. Everybody was like preppy and shit. And fuck,
Jinkos
I brought.
Are gone, bro. You need to burn them, bro.
What, Jinkos?
Yes.
I don't have
Don't
them
bring
anymore.
them back.
I don't. That dude. That was fucking. Jesus, 24 years ago.
Man, that was when everybody was a rollerblader.
I was a rollerblader, skater,
Me too.
BMXer.
Oh yeah, dude, you ride it all. Problem with BMX and Jenkos, you already know that chain gets you bad, bro. Yeah, you don't want to be wearing them Jenkos. That's why rollerblading was good, because the rollerblades, nothing really happened, you know. You got to make sure you don't get too many strands hanging down. But like, as long as they're not the strands, you know, you're good.
I skateboarded more. I was a fucking skateboarder.
Yeah, like I don't know, they weren't popular in my neighborhood, man. Nobody had a skateboard.
I was the only one in my town that had one.
Yeah. Once we got older, it was about skateboarding. Like once we started going to like skate parks and stuff, then it turned from, rollerblading to skateboarding.
Honestly, they didn't have none of that shit here. Back in
Well, they
my
didn't
day.
have it for me when I was younger. But once we got older, like, 11, 12 years old, then it was like, oh yeah, check this out, Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk's doing this and Tony Hawk's doing that. So it definitely made skateboarding cool, because Tony Hawk was a kid like we were.
I was over 18 when the first one got put in Des Moines. So I was driving. So once I turned 16, the bike, I never walked again. It was driving, dude.
Yeah. Well, man, I bought my first car at 14. Never got to drive it. Well, I drove it like twice around like the block a couple times, and then I sold it. Then I bought another car, sold that one also before I turned 16, and then I got a car gifted to me on like my 15th Christmas, and ended up driving that one when I turned 16. I had that one for like 3 years.
Nice.
But dude, I'd been driving long before I was 16, that's for sure, whether it was legal or not.
I mean, me too, if you consider me sitting on my mom or stepdad's lap, steering.
Yeah,
and they do the
I did that a lot as a kid too, but nah, I used to, all right, so I get like suspended from school and like steal my sister's car and shit. Like, cause she was off in college. So I'd take her car, and just start cruising the blocks in it. And like, I mean, we're all good now. I done told her about it already, but like when I was back then, dude, if anything would have happened to that car, I'd have been dead right now. Like I would not exist. Man, and one day I thought I messed it up because like I didn't realize somebody put the e-brake down. And like I went to take off and it was like, oh damn, these tires ain't moving. Like I'm like kind of like doing like a burnout almost. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like freaking out because now the car got moved. Now it's not in the same place. So now I'm really scared. I'm like, they are for sure gonna know, like the car's like 6 feet further than it was. They're gonna know. And like I finally figured out it was an e-brake. And I still took it that day, but that was the last day I took it.
I've done that too. I accidentally left the fucking emergency brake on my fucking truck. It was a manual though, but I got too stoned and forgot about it. Fucking drove like 10 miles to my destination, got out, and my fucking back wheels were fucking smoking.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah. Just because of my own stupidity, dude. But fuck that day. My stepdad told me to fucking park it where a tow truck could get to it. And I was like, all right. Fucking he picked me up and he went and bought me a fucking brand new truck.
Oh, yeah. All right. So the weekend that I got my license on like a Tuesday. And the Friday that came up, we had been working on like this Cavalier. We had a 6-shift Cavalier that we were going to take to the racetrack. It's a clay oval track. And we were going to drive it there, take the windows out, paint some numbers on it, put the chains on the doors, weld them, whatever we got to do, and put it out on the track. Problem was, it was 6-shift, bro. I'd just gotten my license. My brother, who was also going to be racing with me, he had had his license for like a year or two, but like neither of us knew how to drive stick. And we had to drive this car to the track,
Right.
So, I mean, my brother ended up killing the car in the middle of an intersection, like a busy-ass intersection for like 5 minutes, dude. I had to like park my car, run over there, and tell him like, hey, push the clutch in when you go to start it. Like, oh, man.
I started off.
Yeah, he stalled it and then like just got so nervous he couldn't remember how to get it to work. And he was like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, bro. So we switched drivers. I drove it the rest of the way there. We got there, took the windows out, took the headlights out. We ended up bringing the welders, so we welded all the doors and everything like that. Painted it, with some rattle can. We just sprayed some numbers on it, did a little design, boom, put it out on the racetrack. That was literally the first weekend of me getting my license. I was out on the racetrack driving a 6-shift car that earlier that day I had no idea how it worked.
I did a lot of street racing, honestly.
Oh yeah, once I got older, for sure. I wouldn't say once I got older. I was actually, with my license, as soon as I got it, I was doing a bunch of street racing. But my dad wanted me to know, like, what it was like to really race, And,
right.
Yeah, he just put us out there. I mean, he used to be...
I could have got it.
Yeah. Huh?
Was it, what? Drag strip or...
Oh, no, it was an oval track. A clay oval track, so it's like dirt track, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Smash him up, bang him up a little bit, rubbing his racing type of stuff.
Yeah.
So like my mom has a bunch of trophies from there. My dad has a bunch of trophies, my uncles, my cousins, like it's been like a long lasting family tradition to like go out there and get yourself a trophy.
Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, we did. We did. It was pretty sweet. And we did it again later in life. I had this Ford Escort because I like racing the little 4-cylinders. They're little shit boxes, but they're fun, and they're cheap. So doing like the banger classes is what they call them, where it's just like real small cars.
Yep.
Those things are sweet, dude. We had a Ford Escort that thought it was a Porsche. That thing wanted to be a race car. So it was a Ford Escort ZR2 or ZX2. That's what it was. So it was dual overhead cam and like 24 valve or something like that, and it was like a 2.4. So it was okay, Big 4-cylinder, dual overhead cam. That's cool. Bunch of valve. It wanted to run, but
me and this guy were fucking around. Like he'd pass me, and then I'd fucking pass him, and then it was like we were fucking like he'd want to pass somebody, and I'd go in behind him, and then we'd fucking just follow each other,
Oh, going through traffic, playing the game, bro. You playing chess out there.
Next to him, and then he fucking rolled down his window, and we're just bullshit, and he's like, just follow me. And I was like, all right. So I followed him to this gas station, and he asked me if I do a lot of racing, and I was like, well, yeah, it's street racing, like.
Yeah.
And he's like, fucking, like an hour away from me. it has a fucking drag strip though.
Oh
And
yeah.
Wanted to, and he's like, "You should go with me. I think it's a Friday or Saturday night. You race what you bring, type of race."
Run what you
Okay.
run.
Yep.
Hey, hey, a 3.5 ain't nothing to scoff at. You all right there? It's about 260,
I won
280
a lot of
horses.
races, dude. Doing
Is that your sound messing up or is that mine?
you sound fine.
Okay, that is yours. I mean, you sound fine now, but every now and then you're like,
Gotcha.
like what?
I mean, I.
All right, yeah,
All right, I'll be back right in a second.
all right. Hey, Tammy, that's cool. My first vehicle was actually a stick shift too, although I didn't get to drive it much. It was a Bradley GT sitting on a 1963 VW Beetle body. If you guys know anything about like those old Bradleys, those are kit cars. So you would basically buy a VW Beetle and then you put the body on top of it. You take the body of the Beetle off and you put the concept car body on top of it. And that's a kit car. People make Lamborghinis. They do all types of stuff. And they're basically like miniature versions of that. To where my first car was a stick shift, but I didn't really drive it much. So I can't say my first real car was a stick shift. My real first car is like a S10 pickup, but I had it like lowered and all that stuff, and had like crazy wheels on it. Luke, you all right over there?
Yeah, man. Why?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were frozen.
No, I was just reading comments.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that Charger came with the 22-inch rims on it when I bought it.
Hey, damn! I wish 1980. Was that still rear-wheel drive? That was still rear-wheel drive, right? That's the Torino. That's like an original OG drift car. Tammy, tell me that thing was rear-wheel drive and not front-wheel drive. Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah. That thing
I wish I could find like an old Supra.
Dude, that thing, an old Supra get beat up by this thing in the corners, man. Cause I'm telling you, that thing was the original drift car, dude. I think 1976 was the original Toyota Corolla Trino, which is like Treuno.
Sorry, Stan.
Dude, that thing was a baddie, man. That thing tore up stuff. But nah, man. Yeah, I went to the drag strip. Like once I got a little older, I got this 81 Firebird, and it had a Pontiac 400. So it's a V8, and I had a 4-barrel carb on it. It was like an Edelbrock 650. I made some okay power with it. It wasn't nothing special, but it was a clean car. I took it to the drag strip a lot. Ended up running a bunch. it was never that fast though. But my brother and I had a race. He had like a newer Trans Am. I had the older one. And we actually have that on YouTube. That shit's on YouTube.
Hell
it's
yeah.
on my mom's account. It's like,
Yeah.
I think the name of the video is like 221 Smoking Birds or something weird like that. Like, I don't know what my mom's thinking.
Hell
But,
yeah.
you know, like, that's
Those
pretty
new
cool, man.
Trans
I was
Am-
like, huh?
The new Trans Ams, like the mid
Oh, yeah.
90s,
Yeah.
those are badass. My
Fuck
buddy
yeah.
had one.
Fuck yeah. That's
With,
what my brother had is he had, so his was, I want to say his was a 94 25th anniversary Trans Am.
Gotcha.
So it had the LT1, but there was something done to it because when he was running with other LT1s, they were all running like 14.3, 14.5 in the quarter mile. And his fastest was a 13.9.
Hell yeah.
Like he was quite a bit faster than these guys. And some of them had exhaust done and cold air intakes and all these other things. His was bone stock. Well, from what we knew, obviously there was something internally that gave it something, but
Right.
I mean, hell, the thing had like a busted hood and everything else, and that thing was just outrunning fools out there. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my cousin Toby has a Trans Am. I want to say his is like 02. It's the WS6, so it's got the LS1 motor in it.
Nice.
Well, it doesn't have that motor in it anymore. It does still have an LS block, but it's like a full race motor. Race trans, he's got the 4-link differential on the rear. Like this dude has it tubbed out. I think his fastest was like, I don't know. I don't know. I want to say it was like 8.5, 9 seconds in the quarter. And that thing's streetable. He drives that thing on the street, bro. That is the worst car you want to come against in a street race. Like that dude's just cruising. You're like, oh, that's nice. You want to race? You think you got, some guy in a vet or something eating alive. That thing has a freaking parachute, man. Like,
nice.
Dude, the thing is fast.
Prayers, Stan. Prayers.
Yeah, for sure.
Love you, bro.
I don't know. I don't do well with sad stuff. I just can't avoid it.
But yeah, fucking. I had a badass truck too, but it was too big. It was a fucking 3/4. Well, it was a 1500, but it fucking it was an HD, so it had fucking. It was pretty much set up like a 3/4 ton. But that fucker was fun to race.
Set up like a half ton.
No, it was a half ton, but it was an HD, so it had beefier suspension.
Well,
and
1500 is a quarter ton.
It is, but the HD version
is a half ton.
It's still a half ton, but the suspension's a lot beefier than a regular. You know what I mean? Like the HD.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. The non-HD is a quarter ton. The non-HD is a quarter ton. So with the HD suspension, it's if you have a half ton, but still have the quarter ton motor, transmission, and differential. Your suspension is going to be way beefier. Actually, your differentials are probably beefier as well.
Yep, everything was fucking beefier, dude.
It's still I loved likely, it. Well, it could have a 4L80 or a 4L80.
It was 5.3 liter. But my cousin bought the same truck as me, but his was white. But you looked at my truck and his truck, and they're exactly the same. But the only difference was like you looked at my leaf springs compared to his, and I had like 7.
What year was it?
$19.99. But you
Well,
looked
then
at
you have
mine,
a different hood as well.
same hood, but I put a hood scoop on it, or like the nostrils.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be the same hood. It shouldn't be the same hood. In 99, the HD had an extra curve towards the front where it was more flat on the front edge, where the other ones are a curved slope. It's more of a slope and less of a bent edge for the HD, because the HD has that beefier front.
Right. Maybe. I just know fucking I had way more leaf springs than my cousin
They
did.
look
I had
the
like
same, but they
7
won't
and he had
fit.
like 3 or 4.
Did you ever try to switch the hoods?
No. His
Okay,
is
because they look the same
a
until you try
2000.
to switch them. And then you're like, oh shit, this one's hitting the headlights.
Right. Yeah, we never tried switching, but his was 2000, I believe. But they switched body styles 2001.
Right. No,
But
it
yeah,
was 2000 is the original body switch. 2005. 99 was the last body style of the old body style, unless you had an HD. If you had an HD in 99, you had the new body style. 2000 to 03 actually for the HD, because 04, 05 have a different body style for the fenders and the hood. The bed and the frame will still fit the same. Sorry, dude. Never mind. I'm sorry. I used
no,
to sell
I understand.
car
Yeah, I
parts,
get
bro.
you.
I used to sell car parts, man. I'm going. Ooh, an 05 Impala, huh? 05 Impala, 3.5 V6. Yeah, it needed to be a few years newer. Same body style. Oh, 95 Impala. Okay, that's cool. So that one, if it is the
Actually,
V8 version, it'll have an LT1.
those were kind of cool.
Or if it was the SS, it would have a 454. The LT1 is a 350. It's just.
And they looked like the old Caprices back in the 90s.
Yeah.
But actually, I think the Impalas were a little bit more flashier than the
I
Caprices.
agree. Well, because the Impala SS was a 454 in that boy.
Right.
You know, and that thing, Tupac had that in his Ambitions of a Rider video, or Ambitions
Gotcha.
as a Rider.
I think
So,
I remember that.
Yeah. He drove it off of a bridge into the lake.
I liked my 1984 Caprice Classic with a 305, I think. That was pretty sweet. That was like my pimp car.
Oh, the alarm just went off. Tamara's gonna get up. I'm gonna go in there and make some breakfast. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna end the live though. Thanks everybody.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Later, guys. Later, Shane.